Section 3. The Bottom of the World. Challenger Deep. All right, passengers, hold on tight. It is time for the final leg of our guided tour. We are heading down to the absolute deepest known part of Earth's seabed. Just look at that number, 35,827. That is how many feet down we are right now inside the Mariana Trench. That is almost 11 kilometers straight down into the Earth. No way!
So, what exactly are we looking at outside our portholes down here? Well, the geography of the deep isn't just a flat, boring floor. The overall Mariana Trench is a massive, crescent-shaped valley, but the Challenger Deep itself, it actually consists of 3 smaller, slot-shaped basins lined up from west to east. It's a really rugged terrain with deep basins, underwater hills, slopes, and piles of rocks, all covered in a thick layer of soft, yellowish ocean mud.
Let's move to and see how this builds, because it's absolutely amazing to think about the incredible history of brave explorers traveling to this extreme environment. Back in 1875, the crew of the HMS Challenger first discovered this deep canyon entirely by chance. They measured it literally by dropping a really long weighted rope over the side of their ship. Then, in 1960, 2 brave explorers in the Trieste submersible became the first humans to ever reach the bottom. Fast forward to 2012, and famous movie director James Cameron took a solo submarine down, and by 2020, China's Fenduje submersible successfully reached the bottom with 3 scientists on board, live streaming the whole descent. Just incredible.
But as you can imagine, sending humans down there is incredibly difficult, not to mention dangerous. That's exactly why scientists rely so heavily on robot explorers, like the Japanese Kaiko and the hybrid robot Nereus. These amazing machines do the absolute most dangerous work. They dive miles and miles into the ocean without risking human lives, they send live video feeds back to scientists safely sitting on ships way up above, and they use mechanical arms to scoop up mud and rock samples. And you know what? Those mud samples completely changed how we view the deep sea.
Section 4. Surviving the Crush, Life Under Extreme Pressure. Because as we enter our final sector, I am so excited to show you how anything survives this crush. Even at the very bottom, where the water pressure is strong enough to instantly crush a car, incredible life forms still manage to thrive. When those robots brought up those mud samples, scientists found thousands of tiny living things. We're talking tiny, single-celled organisms called radiolaria and foraminifera. Now, usually, foraminifera have hard calcium shells, right? But down here, the extreme pressure makes it way too hard to grow them, so they actually adapted to have weird, soft shells. We've also spotted sea cucumbers, scale worms, and my absolute personal favorite, piezophiles. That literally translates to pressure-loving. These microscopic creatures are so extremely good at adapting, they even live straight inside the rocks deep below the seafloor. I mean, talk about tough.
And just like that, our submarine tour comes to a close. Take a look at the screen and ask yourself, which ocean secrets shocked you the most? Was it the glowing dragonfish using red light as built-in night vision? The giant squid having to carefully chew its food to protect its donut-shaped brain? Or maybe those tiny pressure-loving creatures living under the crushing weight of an entire ocean? Remember guys, we have still explored less than 10% of our oceans. Just imagine what other crazy alien-like creatures are down there waiting in the dark for us to discover them. Keep exploring, stay curious, and I'll catch you on the next explainer.